Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel today. My name is Christian and today we're here to talk about the new record from I Prevail. It is titled Lifelines, and as everybody knows, I Prevail are the band that did one of the worst covers of all time. They did a cover of Taylor Swift's Blank Space, but apparently a lot of people liked it. They got signed off the back of it and now they're releasing their first record on a label, I'm pretty sure. I haven't really researched them because I don't really give a fuck about them, but anyway, let's get into this record. So they released a horrible cover, in my opinion. A lot of people liked it, they got signed, and now they have to produce a record that is worth the hype behind them, and there is a lot of hype behind them. I've seen nothing but this record all week, and there's a Jimmy Eat World record coming out this week and a Korn record coming out this week, so that shows you the kind of hype that is behind this record. And do they live up to the hype? No they do not. They in fact surpassed my expectations in terms of this being a bad record. It really is just a generic amalgamation of basically everything that is typical of that metalcore, warped metalcore scene. Just all of those generic things put into one record, and that is the sound for the entire record. There are a couple of songs that stray from that one sound, but for the most part, every single song sounds the exact same, has the same structure, basically the same choruses, the screaming sounds similar. There's nothing really unique on this record, and that's a shame. I don't ever want to go into a record just hoping that it's bad. I didn't go into this record hoping it was bad. I was hoping that they were going to surprise me, and unfortunately they absolutely didn't do that, and they just reached my expectation in terms of how bad this record was. Let's get into the positives first. I only have one, and that's the track Stuck in Your Head. It's the best song on the record. It's still only a 3 out of 5 song, but it's fun. It's really cheesy lyrically and melody wise, but it is fun, so I can see a lot of people enjoying that song. And then really for the rest of this record, it's just negatives. It's incredibly predictable. It is exactly what you think it's going to be. All the songs sound exactly how you think they're going to sound, and even the structure of the record as a whole is exactly how you'd think it would be. It opens up with Scars, which is a typical metalcore opener. It's really kind of like a pop punk song and a metalcore song melded into one, but it's all the generic elements of those two genres put into a song, which I've been saying generic a lot, but that's really one of the only ways to describe this record. The vocalists are really typical for the scene. There's nothing unique going on with them. There's this thing going on lately where the high-pitched vocalists have been going away a little bit, and there's been these mid-range vocalists with a bit of grit to their vocals coming in, and that is the clean vocalist on this record. And then the screamer has nothing special going on. It's just a pretty average scream and nothing to really jump out at me and make me go, ooh, that's a good part. So those are the vocalists for you. It takes itself way too seriously, and that's one of the major problems on this record. If they just had fun with it and made it feel fun and made it feel alive, then I probably would have enjoyed it a bit more, but it takes itself so seriously. Everything is so down and depressing, and then, oh, but here's a little bit of hope, and it's just, once again, it's just typical. And one of the major tracks that show just how seriously this record takes itself is the song Alone. It's meant to be this really cool electronic ballad, but really it just sounds like a really bad Justin Bieber ballad, if I'm honest. It's like a It's a bad Justin Bieber ballad, but with some heavy guitars in the chorus. That's really all that song is. Sorry for that fuck up there. And as I said, the worst part of this record is the predictability. From everything from there being an acoustic song as the second to last song, which is just typical nowadays, and then the typical scene core breakdowns that go on throughout every song on this entire record, other than the acoustic song and Alone. Just everything is so predictable. You can tell exactly what's coming up. You know what this record's going to sound like, and that's why it was kind of a waste of time for me. You know exactly what's going to happen. Why do we need another band like this? We have so many of these bands, and not only that, we have so many of these bands that write better songs. Even Crown the Empire write better songs than this record, and their record is absolutely horrible. Do you know what I'm saying here? I think they're on Rise Records. Why did Rise sign them? Why? What's the point? They've got a billion other bands on their fucking label that sound exactly like this. Is it purely because of the cover? Because I feel like it is, and that just fucking sucks. And it would be different if they were unique and they had anything different going on, but they don't. Everything is just I've heard it a billion times before, and that's the worst part about this record, is just the predictability and just how bland it sounds. The production is way too clean as well. To get back into the actual record, the production is way too clean. Everything sounds like there's no meaning behind it. That is both a production issue and a songwriting issue and a vocal performance issue. It's just, I don't hear any meaning in anything that they're singing, and there's no aggression or ambience or anything going on in the music production-wise that really jumps out at you. Overall, I've been ranting for a little bit, but who is this record for? And honestly, if you've heard the cover, and if you've heard any of the metalcore bands in the Warped Tour scene, you know exactly how this record's going to sound. And if that is what you want, then you're going to like this record. But I wouldn't waste my time with it again. I wouldn't recommend that you waste your time with it. It's just a record that you shouldn't be checking out. I'm not going to do a top 3 tracks because there's not a top 3 tracks. My initial rating for this record on first listen was a 3 out of 5, and the 3 or 4 times I've listened to it since, it's gone down to a 2 out of 5. Just a record that is really pointless in my opinion. Anyway, what do you think about the record? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments section. Let's have a conversation about it. Tell me why you really like the record if you do, and maybe even come down and talk about why we don't like this record in the comment section down below. But if you're just going to comment with insults and hate and death threats for my opinion, then just know if you do that, I'm going to laugh at how pathetic your life is. Anyway, thanks for watching my video today. Please hit subscribe down below, and I'll see you next time. Fresh Currents.